New research shows that the explosion of news stories about e-cigarettes between 2014 and 2017, quote, increased the likelihood of vaping among youth and young adults. Find out more on this edition of Industry Insider. Hello and welcome to another edition of Industry Insider. New research published this week by the University of Georgia suggests that the breadth of media scanning may have actually led to the youth vaping phenomenon, according to a national longitudinal survey. The study examined the direct and indirect effects of the breadth of media scanning about e-cigarette use on subsequent vaping behavior through interpersonal communication and changes in descriptive norm perceptions. Of the 11,000 respondents who completed the baseline survey and the 3,212 who completed a follow-up survey 6 months later, the results provided robust evidence to suggest that passive routine exposure to e-cigarette use from more media outlets drove increased likelihood of vaping among youth and young adults. To put it simply, constantly showing young people the metaphorical big red button on the news and urging them not to push it led to them doing the exact opposite. The study continued on to say that increased news viewership led to young people being twice as likely to vape as non-viewers. Additionally, empirical evidence suggests interpersonal communication meditated the relationship between the breadth and scanning of changes in descriptive norm perceptions. These findings highlight the important roles of news viewership, norm perceptions, and interpersonal discussions in shaping cognition and behavior changes in youth. So if the news is essentially responsible for indirectly marketing Juul and other closed pod systems to young people, shouldn't they be held accountable for doing so? Should they be exempt from the over-imposing FDA rules regarding marketing for e-cigarettes? Please share your thoughts with us down below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell button to keep up to date with all of our Fight for Flavors content. This has been Nick with Industry Insider, and we'll see you next time.